All right, welcome back. Hononegah Algebra 1. We're going to do section 1.2, day 2 notes. A little bit of more of a vocab and word problem type day. And do not be alarmed. Anytime you have to write your own equation, basically should read through the statement, try to write the equation, and then I always like to read through the statement again to make sure it makes sense with what the question is asking. So it's the difference of 3 times a number and 4. The word difference means minus. So 3 times a number minus 4. So the difference of 3 times a number and 4 is, the word is in mathematics is equivalent to equals. So 3 times a number minus 4 is negative 19. So the hard part about this a lot of times is just writing the equation. The easy part now goes back to what we did with multi-step questions. So you're going to add 4 to both sides to solve this, and then divide by 3. So x is equal to negative 5. And I know you didn't have a lot of space there, or I didn't have a lot of space there, but the difference of 3 times the number and 4 is negative 19. Next, the word sum. Sum means addition. So the sum of twice a number and half the number is 10. So now, sum means addition. So the sum of twice a number and half the number. So take the number x divided by 2, or half the number, is 10. Now, some of you are not going to like that x over 2. So I'm going to write that as a half x. Maybe that's a better way. So half the number. Adding like terms, 2x and a half x makes 2.5, or 2.5x. So again, adding like terms that you did previously. Inverse operations, I'm going to divide both sides by 2.5. And again, I don't have a lot of space here, but dividing both sides by 2.5, x would equal 4. Last one, and this is probably the most complicated, 3 less than twice the difference of a number and 5. Okay, a lot of stuff happening here. So I want 3 less than, okay, so that means minus. I want 3 less. But I also want 3 less than twice the difference. So twice the difference of a number and 5. So there's twice the difference of a number and 5. And I want 3 less than that is 9. So again, I think you need to read through the question a few times to make sure what you are writing makes sense. So 3 less than twice the difference of a number and 5 is 9. Now, the actual solving. I'm going to just get rid of the parentheses because there's nothing to actually multiply into the parentheses. I'm going to add like terms. Inverse operations, I'm going to add 8 to both sides. And then you end up getting a fraction here. So you get 17 halves, 8.5, 8 and a half if you wrote it as a mixed number. So again, this was a lot more challenging. This is probably the one on the test that is missed the most. So please make sure you look that over. Use the table to find the number of miles X you need to bike on Friday so that the mean number of miles biked per day is 5. Now they're throwing another term at you that you probably may or may not know, the word mean. That does not stand for being angry, okay, or being mean to somebody. This mean is average. So I want the average number. Average, you add up all the numbers and divide by how many numbers there are. So there happens to be 5 numbers, and I want the average to equal 5. So again, the word mean stands for average. All right, remember we talked about that big fraction bar last time. I said anytime you see the big fraction bar, you would multiply both sides to get rid of the denominator. So now I'm down to 3.5 plus 5.5 plus 0 plus 5 plus x is equal to 25. Add all the like terms together. So I can add together all the numbers that don't have a variable. So 3.5, 5.5, and 5 add up to 14. So now 14 plus x equals 25. So that subtract 14. So on that last day, if you really wanted your average to be 5, okay, you would actually need to go 11 miles on the last day. I don't know about you, but I don't know if I can bike 11 miles. Next one, your school drama club charges $4 per person for admission to the play. The club borrowed $400 to pay for costumes and props. After paying back the loan, the club has a profit of $100. How many people attended? So $4 for each ticket. $4 for each ticket. Minus the 400. Okay, so again, we had to borrow some money to pay for all the costume and props, and you're getting a total of $100. Order of inverse operation. So you're going to add 400 to both sides. You are allowed a calculator, so don't just try to do this in your head unless you're able to. 500 divided by 4 is 125. And again, it's a word problem. You should always put a label on a word problem. Don't lose points on your test and on your quizzes. When you see a word problem, put a label. Your homework assignment for day 2, okay, it's on page 16. 29 through 37, okay, odd. So 29 through 37, odds, and 42.